Hi, today I'm going to show you how you can generate more traffic to your website with the help of ChatGPT and OpenAI's API. This whole idea revolves around creating a very simple web app which you can paste to your website and generate a bit more traffic. Now, if you heard API, which stands for Application Programming Interface, and you got a little bit scared because you're not a coder, don't worry, neither am I. But ChatGPT is, which is the wonderful thing, as long as you give it the right prompts, and that's the key here. So what we'll do is I'll show you my very simple web app. I'll show you how I built it, the prompts that I gave to ChatGPT, and then the traffic that it's created for me. Let's get started. We're on the page on my website with my very simple web app. It's just an email headline generator. If you go down, all you have to do is tell it what the email is about, and let's say mid-year sale for a company that sells makeup. You go, give me headlines. What's happening at the moment is the API is being called to OpenAPI, and it's telling me, hey, generate a few headlines from an email about this. And here is your 10 headlines. So this is generated by OpenAI API. The idea is not to create a very complicated web app. The idea is to have a web app that has a keyword that has a high search volume, so you can generate a bit of that traffic. So here's the web app. What does the backend look like? This here is the code for that web app. And this even to me looks scary because I'm not a coder. But ChatGPT created this whole thing for me, and now we're going to show you how it can generate this thing for you. So over to ChatGPT, you ask it a prompt along the lines of this. I would like code for creating a form with an input field to generate email headlines based on a given word, with the loading animation and displaying the headlines in a dot format. Also, I need a form and an input field to be centered and the submit word. You probably need to add there, do this using the OpenAI API. The answer won't be exactly right away, so you need to keep asking it the right questions, testing it out, seeing if it looks like what you want for a couple of times. It's not perfect right away, but it's not ChatGPT's fault. It's essentially your fault or my fault in this case because I'm not giving it the exact prompt that it needs. Regardless, we can see it generating the code, which is fantastic. My suggestion to you is that you get a code writing app such as Sublime Text, and you put the code that it gives you here. Save that as a HTML file and then open it in Chrome so you can see what it looks like instead of putting it on your page and having to refresh the changes that you made all the time. Here we still see that ChatGPT is generating the code, which is pretty mind-blowing. Now, while the code is being generated, we'll head to the API of OpenAI. Once you've created an account and you log into beta.openai.com, you'll be greeted with this screen right here. What you need to do is go to the top right, click it and go view my API keys. You should have one API key, and if you don't, just create a new secret key. Save this key somewhere because it's not going to show you that API key again for security purposes. Now, we'll go back to our code that ChatGPT has created for us. And throughout the code, because we've asked it to use the OpenAI API, there'll be somewhere in the code, and you can see it here, your API key. The only thing you need to do here is grab one of your API keys, the one that you've saved, and paste it there. Once you've got that code, you paste it on something like Sublime Text, save it as a HTML file, and open it up in Chrome or the browser of your choice and see what it looks like. Once you're happy with it, all you really have to do is copy it onto your website. Now, I'll show you how I did it. I use Webflow. Now we're in the back end of my website. Whether it's Webflow, whether it's Squarespace, whether it's WordPress, doesn't really matter. Any of these CMS will allow you to create custom code. We go to the page where we have our email generator. You see this page, and here's where I've just pasted the script. And all I've done is just copy and paste it exactly what it gave me. Save and close. And here is my email headline generator. How much traffic has this created for me? Well, I've only really had this on my website for maybe a week. And if we go to analytics, Here's where I installed it, along with the other web app that I've created, and we're already up quite substantially on this month, which is great. And I can tell that all the traffic is generated by that page because that's where all the initial traffic is landing to. And when you do this, it can be an app. It doesn't have to be an email headline generator. I've got here a keyword suggestion tool, a blog idea generator. I'm working on a few other things like digital marketing advisor. If you run a dog training business, for example, you could say a dog name generator where the user inputs the characteristics of the dog and it spits out a couple of names. I'm not quite sure what the idea could be, but it needs to be related to your business and your industry. And that's pretty much it. You create as many as you need. What I would recommend is once you have your web app that you like and you're happy with it, is to do two things. One, go to Fiverr and buy yourself a few cheeky backlinks to link to this web app, in this case, an email headline generator. And two, using something like Copy AI, write a few blogs around the tool that you're using. For example, in my case, I've written a few blogs about the importance of email headlines and why you should A/B test a few. Link those somewhere in those blogs to the email headline generator. Just good SEO practice. Once you do these things, you'll notice that the traffic will start coming. Initially, it won't be that much, but over a long period of time, it will grow. Trust me. And that's it. I hope this helps. I'm going to create a few other web apps in the future. If you want, I'll show you how to make them as well. And use these incredible resources. ChatGPT, together with the free API that OpenAI gives you incredible opportunities. And this is where you see businesses popping left, right, and center using that same technology. I hope this helps. We'll see you in the next one. Cheers.